Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-featured attraction tonight, presented by Riyadh Season and the General Entertainment Authority, with Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, Bob Arams Top Rank Incorporated, Gold Star Promotions, Ben Shalom for Boxer Promotions, and Sella, sponsored by the Saudi Tourism Authority, Saudi National Bank, STC, Dr. Suleiman Al Habib Medical Group, Saudi Airlines, New Muraba Development Company, Harunia, Hunger Station, Lucid Motors, and Al Tanfidi. Special thanks, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. His Royal Highness, Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and the Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. Sanctioned by the WBO, President Gustavo Olivieri. Supervised at ringside by the British Boxing Board of Control, steward in charge, Matt Harris. The three judges scoring: from England, Howard Foster; from Australia, Adam Height; and from the United States, Don Trella. In charge of the action at the bell inside the ring, World Championship veteran referee, Steve Gray. And now, from the A&B Arena, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, a special attraction, 12 rounds of boxing for the interim WBO Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, the challenger, wearing blue and red, official weight 310 pounds. His professional record in 22 bouts, 21 victories, including 16 wins by knockout, only one defeat. He currently holds the WBO International Heavyweight Championship. That title not on the line tonight. He is the heavyweight fighting pride of all Africa from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. He is the WBO #2 ranked heavyweight in the world, Martin Bakole. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing red with black, official weight 267 pounds. As a professional, 38 fights, 35 victories, 23 wins by knockout with 3 defeats. From South Auckland, New Zealand, he is the reigning WBO interim heavyweight champion, former heavyweight champion of the world, Lupe Solea La'aole Ole Malahato, P. Jose.
Okay, boys, I'm a cold break. Expect you to take a step back. No deliberate punches around the back of the head. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck, fellas.
Plenty of respect between the two. They've sparred together. This is extraordinary. It's bizarre. It's mad. But yes, Martin Bakole is fresh in from the Congo. How fresh? No one's even talked about the time difference or his sleep. Who knows? But he believes he will knock out Joseph Parker tonight. And Parker bravely said yes after Dubois' illness. And the 33-year-old from New Zealand, who's had a full hard camp, is ripped and ready to defend his WBO interim belt in this, Darren, peculiar matchup.
Yeah, it is indeed. What we've seen already from Joseph Parker, there's quite a few feints, and I expect lots of this to try and empty the tank that way, mentally drain the fight from Bakole. Look at the size of Martin Bakole, huge.
Look at the size of Parker. For Parker, by the way, he's massive.
He is massive. Weighing in at 269 pounds, put on so much bulk. but he says great strength. Remember, preparing for Dubois, got to be careful of Bakole's swinging shots early. The way he marched down Jared Anderson in his best performance last summer. But how many rounds has he really got in him?
The consensus is that Bakole's got to get him out there early, otherwise he can't continue, and I understand that. But no one's really thought about Parker getting him out early. And looking at the shape of him now, the size on Parker, I think if he lands with a big right hand over the top, as strong as Bakole has been, if he ain't fit, he might be in trouble.
And I think this will be the target area for Parker, the body with the straight shots, then he can work back upstairs. But in doing that with the straight shots, you are open to the uppercut. And we see against Anderson how devastating he throws that shot.
Just a bit wild there with that looping left hand there, Parker, and he walked onto a jab and he just blinking a little bit. Again, he is really heavy-handed, Martin Bakole.
Oh, the natural strength and power of Bakole. And the way he sort of effortlessly throws the shots from different angles, and he whipped that hook in. Looks like he has brought some speed with him from the Congo.
But his timing's good. It always has been good. Without the energy that he never really shown in his career, and even really speed is not really his friend, but his timing is very, very good. And that's why when he walks it, he slowly walks up to you, but he somehow still catches you with that uppercut. Just times you very well.
Parker's on a great run, won his last 5 since that knockout defeat to Joe Joyce, but he's come right back, and that relationship he's got with Andy Lee is brilliant, and Andy will try and guide him through these early rounds.
And his stamina is better now than it was back then. Let's not remember that. I know that was a hard, grueling fight, but his stamina is a lot better now.
Yeah, it's incredible to think he's only 33, Joseph Parker. It seems like he's been around forever, but what he has gained in that time is tons of experience.
Got to be careful of those uppercuts. Was stopped by Joe Joyce and floored a couple of times by Gilles Jean before he beat him on points. So needs to be very careful of the Bakole power.
Walk around.
Joseph Parker's corner. Andy Lee trains in Ireland. Has a big family back home in New Zealand. Father of 5, Joe Parker. And one of the nicest guys in the business, isn't he?
He really is. He's in such a good place with his team that you alluded to. George Lockhart, Andy Lee, the experience that he has.
Look at the size of his legs, his thighs. George Lockhart has worked so hard on the conditioning. What of the condition of Martin Bakole, Billy Nelson as ever in the corner, who trains him up in Scotland. But he hasn't had that privilege before this one. But Bakole's one of these guys who spars a lot, and he might just be ready for this.
He just got, with Joseph Parker, he just got to be, just not make any silly mistakes. He's jumped in a few times and he got clipped. So you've got to do that, but don't get too greedy. You just think, you know, I can let this go a few rounds and he should wear it out. He should tire it out.
Big punches from Parker to the body. But a bit of blood to the nose of the New Zealand man, and Bakole's just trying to walk him down, march forward.
You don't want to fight with him. Just punch, keep moving, punch, keep moving. And for Bakole, just start being a bit more forceful with that jab. When you're walking him down, but even if you're pouring that jab out.
Just dabbing the nose again, Parker.
Yeah, he's really trying to impose that size now, isn't he? Really walking forward, but I like how he throws the right hand, Joseph Parker. He takes his head off the line to the left, really whips in the right hand, looking for the left hook then.
He doesn't want to be there, though, with those uppercuts.
Body shot from Bakole was a good one. Left hand. He just felt that, Parker.
Oh, and again.
Yeah, there was an uppercut before it as well that lifted his head up.
That timing of about 3 weeks ago in London, Martin Bakole, he said he was going to fight AJ and knock him out in 4. Dubois would last 2, and Usyk he'd give him 6.
A good shot there from Parker. See, Parker's got to stop loading up here, otherwise he'll be the one gashing out.
It's turning into a real fight. Bacole's face. What a shot from Joe Parker. And he was befuddled, and he's down. And I'm not sure he's going to make this count, Martin Bakole. Just about. He gets back to his corner.
Billy
Nelson's brought him out. All over. Inside 2. Joe Parker does get the job done. And he does it by stoppage. Martin Bakole halted 48 hours. He gets here, but he didn't deliver for long. Wow. Parker does it in style. What a shot. And that's the power he now possesses.
Wow. Look, we said this was going to be a bit of a war, a shootout, and in the end, Joseph Parker's the one that brought the bigger gun to the war. Incredible.
I'm frustrated. I just told someone, Bakole can't just walk him down like that, because he could, that heavyweight punch is different. We just saw it. I get it. He hasn't been, camp, hasn't been training hard, all those sorts of things. But those are irresponsible things that no fighter should ever do in the ring.
Yeah, agreed. Billy Nelson decided to wave it off. I think there was only about 20 seconds left in that round. Did he get it right?
I don't agree with it. However, that's his coach. Coach is like a dad. Second thing closest to you, to a family member. He knew something that we didn't know, I'm sure, and it happened.
Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. Big one, this one. April 26th, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The first one was billed as born rivals. This one, born hatred. I mean, these two do not like each other. Fantastic fight, that one. 26th of April, live from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That man in the ring, though, a lot of credit to him. Here is the shot.
Big shot right there.
Massive shot, top of the
head.
Messes with the equilibrium.
And it looked like he ate it at first, and then he fell apart. Now, when you talk about training, here's the thing. When you've got the lung capacity, oxygen goes to the brain and gets there quick enough, and he wouldn't have had that sort of, might not have had that sort of reaction to that punch right there had he been training. So yes, that's one of the downfalls of taking a short notice fight.
How damaging a defeat for Bakole? I know people are going to say it was only a couple of days, but he was on a bit of a trajectory. He was the boogeyman of the division.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's been knocked out in 2 rounds. How damaging a defeat?
Let me tell you what he's got to do. He's got to lose some weight. He's got to come back, and he's got to show himself to be who he was against Jared Anderson. If he doesn't do that in his next fight out, then this is damaging. This is very damaging.
There was a fight scheduled against F.A. Jagba for May 3rd in New York. Does that still happen?
He's on the 30-day
30-day suspension
at least. Could be longer than that. So I think if anything, that fight is delayed now. But I think that fight should still happen for Bakole.
You made a point about the size of him. Obviously, look, this one's coming late notice. It's 310 pounds for this one.
Yeah.
But 284 for Jared Anderson, before that 299 against Carlos Takam. Does he need to look at that? Do we need to start taking this seriously now and get to a weight which is more healthy for him? A more healthy walk-around weight, at least.
Yeah, I mean, he's 33 years old, so he's not a grandpa yet. However, with the size, the structure that he has at his size, he can't afford to get 300 plus, because it'll be hard for him to take off. And, what heavyweight likes to work that hard,
I can see Spencer Brown in the ring, Frank Warren. All of them look very, very happy, as does, obviously, Joseph Parker. Let's get the official decision with Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 2 minutes, 17 seconds of round number 2. the winner by knockout victory, still the WBO interim heavyweight world champion, Lupe Soleil La'aole Ole Maleatoa, Big Joseph Parker.
I guess with that kind of performance, a lot of what if, right? What if it was Daniel Dubois in there?
Sure.
And maybe that's something that needs to be revisited very, very quickly next. But congratulations to that man, Joseph Parker, on a run now. I mean, that run does say Jili Zhang, it says Deontay Wilder, and now you can add the name Martin Bakole to that as well. Let's hear